Mr. Park yang hari ini hadir ada di Indonesia.
The power of words can have an even greater impact than knowledge. The direction of your words determines the course of your life. When I started Atomy, all I had was my voice. What I spoke came from what I truly believed in my heart. And that's what built a global company. For the people you love, make sure to succeed. Within the Atomy system, it's not about succeeding 99% of the time, it's 100. Have the genuine heart to succeed for your loved ones and your beloved partners, and help your partners succeed. If you have a warm heart like that and care for your neighbors, all of you can become successful Imperial Masters of Atomy. When meeting your partners or sponsors, I'd like you to greet them like this. To your partners, make Imperial! To your sponsors, make Imperial! Make Imperial! Make Imperial! Make Imperial! Make Imperial! Hello, everyone. I'm Han-Gil Park, an international speaker who has just returned from a tour through the United States, Colombia, Brazil, India, Malaysia, and Indonesia. COVID-19 had a significant impact on our business. We needed to hold seminars, but we couldn't meet in person. That left us feeling uncertain about what to do next. At that moment, we decided to take a more aggressive approach. I climbed the Himalayas and shouted, "The stronger the wind, the higher the kite flies. No matter what challenges we face, we must turn them into opportunities that propel us higher." With this mindset, during the pandemic, we expanded into 6 more countries, 3 each year, achieving remarkable growth. However, once COVID-19 ended, we faced new challenges from its after effects. Before COVID-19, we held seminars in person. During the pandemic, we transitioned to online Zoom meetings. After the pandemic ended, instead of resuming in-person gatherings and activities, many people seemed reluctant to move. It was like they had grown too comfortable sitting in one place. For about 2 years after COVID-19, we experienced rapid growth, followed by a bit of a plateau. However, it seems we've had opportunities to rebound last year and this year. Over those 2 years, I visited every overseas branch of our company. I traveled to about 30 countries in just 2 years. I visited 16 countries just this year. In every country I visited, I saw incredible enthusiasm as they prepared for a new leap forward. In fact, many places had already begun their rebound. The global economy is undeniably tough right now, and it's true that many challenges remain. Yet, even amid those difficulties, we kept moving forward. Now, we've secured a second chance to truly take off and rise higher. I can say that these past 2 years have been about confirming this momentum. That's why all of you need to gear up for this next phase. Now, let's talk about Songnisan Forest. It used to belong to Gyeryong Construction. Back in the day, whenever we went on school trips to Songnisan, everyone stayed at the youth town there. We'd been using that space since the early days. I had repeatedly suggested renovating it because the facilities were outdated and uncomfortable. But nothing was done. So we kept using it as it was, even though it was inconvenient. Finally, during the pandemic, after the building had sat unused for about 3 years, they offered to sell it to us. We bought it and repaired it for twice the purchase price. We stripped it down to the frame and renovated it to a hotel-level standard. While it's not quite 5-star, it's at least comparable to a 4-star hotel. Now we can use it for team workshops. The Success Academy, which runs for 1 night and 2 days, used to be inconvenient because we didn't have proper accommodations. But now the facility can host 500 to 600 people, allowing us to hold Success Academy events weekly. It will serve as a proper training venue and a place to nurture leaders and conduct impactful training sessions. Looking ahead, in the age of AI, it's said that 70% of current jobs will disappear while only 30% of new ones will emerge. That means a 40% net loss in jobs. Typically, unemployment rates of 3 to 5% are manageable. But at 10%, a country begins to shake. At 40%, the situation would be catastrophic. People wouldn't be able to sustain themselves. With 40% unemployment, tax revenue would collapse and a nation's finances would fall apart. What would people do then? Would they work in factories? Would they take up farming? Would they work in offices? Farms will be fully automated in the future. Drones will plant seeds, apply pesticides, and manage crops. Even now, we have smart farms. And eventually, the entire process will require no human labor, even in primary industries. What about complex tasks like welding in shipyards? Those too will be handled entirely by robots. Robots will perform every intricate step of the process. And in offices, the need for human workers will decrease even further. For 17 years, I was a salaried worker. Every December, we would pack all the company's ledgers into boxes, load them into a car, and take them to a hotel room. There we'd spend an entire month closing the year's accounts. But no company does that anymore. Nowadays, everything is handled with daily accounting systems. Even in our company, which manages incredibly complex accounting processes, only 4 employees handle the financial and accounting operations. This is for a company generating annual sales of 2 trillion Korean won. How is this possible? It's because of an integrated accounting software system called SAP, which connects operations globally. This eliminates the need for a large workforce. People often say creative tasks still need humans. But now, AI is doing those better too. Universities are struggling with this. When professors assign academic papers, students submit work generated by AI. So now they've created AI programs to check whether the papers were written by AI. Professors are busy dealing with that. When 40% of jobs disappear, where will all those people go? In the past, opening a restaurant was seen as a way to make a living. Now there's so many restaurants that most are failing. People think maybe I'll open a cafe, there's no dishwashing involved, tons of cafes are opening. but they're failing too. So what's left? You can't find a job. And even self-employment is struggling. But people still need to earn a living. Do you think you're the only ones feeling stuck? No! Everyone is going to feel even more stuck in the future. That's why more and more people are turning to network marketing businesses like Atomy. Yesterday, I received a report on how to grow global sales. By 2030, we're planning to become the top network marketing company in the world, surpassing $10 billion in revenue. I spent my entire day yesterday receiving reports. But we won't stop there. I believe we'll quickly go from $10 billion to $100 billion. When that happens, at least 1/3 of the people in this room will have become Imperial Masters. Even those sitting in the back will have achieved Royal Master or Crown Master status. Now imagine this. If you became an Imperial Master earning $100,000 a month, wouldn't that make you lose your mind? Imperial Master Kim Yeon-suk recently took 7 of her family members, including her son and grandchildren, to New Zealand. They flew business class, and just the plane tickets cost $35,000. The total travel expenses amounted to $100,000, but she just said, let's go, and went ahead. One of our employees asked her, aren't you worried about spending $100,000 just on travel? Because that's the employee's annual salary. She responded, not really, I'll earn that much next month. Imagine taking your family on a trip and covering $100,000 for expenses without any burden. Being an Imperial Master means that you can truly achieve this. It's the kind of thing that can drive you crazy with excitement. Imagine telling your family, I'll spend $100,000 on our upcoming family trip. How would you feel saying that? That's what it means to live as an Imperial Master. It's all or nothing. In this AI era, you either fail completely or you enter an IT system that surpasses the AI system and achieve massive success. There is no middle ground. You should not think, I'm not looking to be super rich. I just want to live comfortably. That's not the reality. You have 2 options. Option number 1 is you make a lot of money and pay taxes of $300,000 or $400,000 a year. To pay those taxes, you need to earn more than $1 million annually. Or you can live off government aid, receiving just $600 or $700 a month. Do you want government aid or earn money and pay taxes? You should aim to pay taxes. In this regard, you must be involved in platform businesses. You all know that you need to get into the platform business and the IT industry. You know that you have to be part of the 4th Industrial Revolution. You can create platforms if you can. Go ahead and do it if you can. But Atomy has already invested around $20 to $30 million just in IT systems. Then there's the logistics system. You should be able to track where your deliveries are at all times. Also, keeping inventory requires money. This all costs billions. Right now, Atomy has invested about $900 million. Combining our buildings and inventory assets, the current assets of Atomy total around $900 million. It takes this level of investment to run this type of business. This is a $900 million business. Instead of creating your own computer programs, product warehouses, or logistics systems, all you need to do is become the owner of Atomy's personal platform. Simply tell people, I've started this platform business. Come to my website, buy products, and I'll give you this platform for free. By doing this, you can enter the world of advanced platform business. There's no other way. Look around. Ask other people. To those who say they're not going to do it, ask them, what are you going to do instead? Can you get a job? They'll say no. Once you're over 50, finding a job becomes very difficult. Even if you do get a job, it won't solve your financial problems, so you can't really consider it a job. For example, if I'm 50 years old and I go somewhere to earn $300 or $500 a month, spend it all, and spend my years doing that until I'm 70 or 80, did I really earn money? No, I didn't. All I did was waste time. That's not really earning money or working. Real work means you earn money. You need to earn money and have savings. How much savings do you need? When you're 70, 80, 90, or even 100 and you're lying in a bed unable to work, but you still have money for your medical bills, food, and the ability to maintain your dignity, then you can say you earned money. Do you think $300, $500, or even $700 a month is enough for retirement? No, it's not enough. If you don't earn at least $30,000 a month, retirement will never be possible. Why? When you earn $30,000 a month, you'll end up spending $10,000 on various things, right? That leaves you with $20,000 a month or $240,000 a year. How many years will it take to buy a house? You need at least $1 million for a house, right? That would take you 10 years to save up, and you need to buy houses for your kids too. That's another 10 years. If you have 2 kids, it would take 20 or 30 years. That's how long it would take for you to save enough to buy a house for each of your children with just $30,000 a month. Have you done the math? People who were better students than you, who went into big companies or became public servants, are earning $100,000 a year. Meanwhile, if you were earning just $300 or $400 a month and you think you're doing great, your calculations are wrong. The real calculation is that you need to be earning at least $30,000 a month. And when you have extra money, you'll need to share it with others, helping sick friends or supporting them. When your niece or nephew gets married, you should say, "Do you have money for the wedding?" How much have you saved up? Nothing? Well, here's $30,000. Go get what you need. And if you still need more, come back. I'll give you $100,000. That's the kind of support you should provide. Instead, you spend the entire night agonizing over whether to give $1,000 or $3,000. By the time you arrive at the wedding, you're stressed, sleep-deprived, and only there to show off a nice hanbok. Can you really call yourself an aunt or uncle doing that? You don't need to do that. Instead, you can say, "I'm busy with Atomy business and can't attend, but I'm sending $100,000 instead." That's the kind of aunt or uncle who's truly providing. To truly fulfill your role as a person, you need to be earning at least $30,000 to $40,000 a month. It's the bare minimum to maintain your dignity from ages 60 to 70, 80, and 90 when you won't be earning any income. If you don't earn at least $30,000 a month, there's no way out. Do the math yourself. Today, you're going to create your life scenario needed for your Atomy business. You're going to write about the life you want to live. In this scenario, write down the things that would make you feel like you would lose your mind if you could actually achieve them. Don't think about whether it's possible or not. What does this mean? The reason things come to mind is because there's a possibility. A challenge is never about something 100% possible. The more unlikely it seems, the bigger the challenge. Out of all of you, how many people will earn $100,000 a month? 90% won't make it. Even if only 10% do, should you challenge yourself? Yes, you should. It's like climbing Mount Everest. Just because you train and prepare to climb the 8,000-meter peaks, does that mean you'll make it to the top 100%? No, the chances of failure are higher. Many people try 5 or 10 times before they make it. Some even die in the process. But the important thing is that you set a goal and move toward it. Don't set easy goals. Don't set goals like, I'll walk up the small hill behind my house in slippers and celebrate. That's not life. Don't set those kinds of goals. Set goals that make you feel like you could lose your mind if you actually achieved them. That's how your life changes. In the founder's message, I wrote a phrase. Nothing is as powerful as words. The original phrase is, nothing is as powerful as the heart. What does this mean? There's a saying, fate is not as powerful as appearance. No matter how favorable your fate is, it's often your appearance that determines your success in life. Two people, born at the exact same time, can end up with very different outcomes. No matter how good your fortune is, it's usually your looks that play a key role in determining success. Even more important than appearance is your physical health and posture. However, the most important factor is your heart or mindset. This is the core of the saying, nothing is as powerful as the heart. It suggests that your mindset plays the greatest role in shaping the direction of your life. So how do you manage your heart? I thought about it, and it turns out that it's ultimately shaped by what you say. There's a verse in the Bible from James that says, although a ship is large and driven by strong winds, it is steered by a small rudder wherever the pilot wants it to go. The rudder is tiny, but it controls the direction of the ship. It's written in English as a small rudder. You can see the circle around it, right? The ship doesn't just go wherever the wind takes it. It can go against the wind, depending on how the rudder moves. So, our tongue is like the rudder of a ship. I can succeed. I will succeed. I will become an imperial master earning $100,000 a month. If you say these things, it can happen. How you say it controls your mental world. Why? Because words are spiritual. In the Bible, it says, the words that I speak to you are spirit and they are life. The word is the Holy Spirit. In the Gospel of John, it is written, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word is God. Accepting God is done through accepting the Word. And accepting the Word is accepting God. This is why we humans are spiritual. People can live with physical power. For example, you could dig with a shovel. But when you use intellectual abilities, like creating a forklift, you can achieve hundreds of times more than just digging with a shovel. Even more powerful than intellectual abilities is spiritual ability, which is the ability to think and speak. This can be tens of thousands of times more effective. When I created Atomy, what did I use to create it? I built it with words. At the time, I had nothing. I was driving a used minivan I bought for $2,000. And what did I say to people? You will live in the most expensive house in Iksan, and you will be the person paying the most taxes in this city. And now, Imperial Master Park Jung-soo is the highest taxpayer in her city. Isn't that true as an individual taxpayer? So you see, the direction in which your tongue moves determines your heart. This is why it's said, nothing is as powerful as words. What you say becomes reality. What you think, say, and declare has a tremendous spiritual power. Even though I started with nothing, I told people if you become an Imperial Master, I will give you $1 million with a forklift. So far, I've actually done it 13 times. We have developed into a first-class global business. When I declared this, I was living in a small room that cost $500 per month in rent. You must write down in your life scenario what you want to achieve. Then tell people I started an Atomy business where I can earn $100,000 a month once I become an Imperial Master. I will help you become an Imperial Master earning $100,000 too. This is the crucial point. Does just saying it work? Yes, just say it. Just say it. When there seems to be no hope. The only hope is to have hope and speak of hope. Appearance is not as powerful as words. Even if the chances are less than 10%, you must still talk about it. Even if 80% or 90% of the thoughts say it's impossible, you must put a stop button on that thought and press it. When the thought is, it won't work, it will be hard, I can't do it, press stop. Now, let's all try it. When negative thoughts come, press stop. Let's do it again. When negative thoughts come, press stop. After pressing stop, always continue with positive thoughts and speak only positive words. Even when there's only a 1% chance, you still have to speak it. But it's scary, right? What if it doesn't work? You'll become a scammer, a liar. Facing that fear is courage. Courage is not feeling fear. Courage is overcoming it. When I was living in a room with a $500 monthly rent, I said to people, I will give you $1 million with a forklift. We will become a global company. We will dominate worldwide distribution. We will become the global hub of distribution. Did I have no fear in my heart when I said that? Didn't I think, what if this doesn't work? Of course I had those thoughts. Behind the scenes, I was trembling, thinking, what if it doesn't work? When that thought comes, press stop. Keep telling yourself it'll work and get through those moments. We're going to become a $100 billion company. Right now we're at $2 billion and we'll grow 50 times. If it doesn't work, I'll be a scammer. I'm telling you, a third of you here will become Imperial Masters. But when I look at you, 99% of you are not there yet. Do you have the eyes to make it? No, you don't. No, you don't. But even if you think it's impossible, it's possible. Stop the thought that it won't work. Stop. Words over matter. What you say will happen. Our motto for 2025 is words over matter. That's it for today.